and welcome back to Face Off as it's time for Game of the Week. Texans
Undefeated.
going to New England to take on the Patriots, and Vin claims he's undefeated.
I am undefeated.
I know
Check
he
the
was at
tape.
least 4-0. I'll have to check the tape, but
You won't check.
go.
The tapes are on YouTube, by the way. I am taking, because they don't lose in the final. In the second half under Belichick, they're like 27-0. So I'm taking my man Belichick and the New England Patriots, who it seems like, guys, they're going to wind up getting the first seed, just somehow. They'll figure it out.
It's all Roger Goodell. It's his master plan.
I'll go with the Texans on this one.
Remember last time we picked the Texans in a primetime game against a team that went PA at the beginning of their name? Yeah, you all remember happened there.
We got that right.
Yeah, we got these.
You guys are pretty funny. They're pretty funny. I'm just taking them for whatever reason. I don't really have one, just to spite Vin if he loses. So.
You need to climb up in the standings.
Exactly. So. Yeah. It's a trap game.
Sorry, I'm not going with you.
Oh, I still got your hand though. Yeah.
Texans, because they have not clinched the division yet. The Patriots have. The Patriots really, yeah, they can still get home field, but I can see the Texans going into New England,
Slipping right by them.
Clinching the division, slipping right by them. Win for the Texans. Final thoughts. Who wants to go first?
I will go first. In a year where Peyton Manning has revived his career, including myself, we're all jumping on the Peyton Manning bandwagon. We're so happy he's back, and it's that we're all talking about, hands down, when the season ends, when they go 12-4, they will most likely be the second seed, or at least the third seed, to play the Colts again. And he'll get comeback player of the year, all that. But when I thought about this, and I was watching the Packers-Vikings game the other day, I said, Peyton Manning can't be the most valuable player. And while this quarterback's numbers are not as gaudy as they were last year, there's no doubt that the MVP of the National Football League, if his team wins the division or wins more than 10 games, is Aaron Rodgers. Nothing to throw to. His team has been devastated by injuries, and yet he's still winning games and having pretty decent numbers. Without him, they don't win. They can have anybody hurt, yet they'll still win with him. That is the most valuable player. There is no doubt in my mind that Aaron Rodgers is the hands-down MVP.
Kevin.
I don't know if you guys watched the NBA All-Star game last year. But
What's that?
Wait, people watch that?
I do, and it was the most boring thing I have ever watched on national live television. It was horrendous. I don't know why I would torture myself. I don't even know. I wasn't even there, so why would I be watching it, right? Recently, the NBA decided that they're going to do away with the center position for the NBA games, the All-Star games. Sorry, yeah, they're removing it from the ballot. So the likes of Dwight Howard, Tyson Chandler, and all the other traditional centers, the taller guys and power forwards are no longer going to be on the ballot for that position. I actually like this move.
What?
I actually like the idea of it. I like the idea that you can have an Eastern Conference team that actually has the likes of LeBron James, Carmelo at the same time. It has Dwayne Wade. It has I just drew up Darren Williams. I'm sorry about that. But that's how the NBA has been going now. You're seeing a lot smaller lineups nowadays with these teams. You have LeBron sometimes running point guard. You sometimes have Melo at power forward. You're seeing the traditional positions and everything of the likes going out the window. And I think if the All-Star game really wants to make an impact, you need to have your best position players playing in the game at the same time. Centers, the talent is lessened nowadays.
So let's just make the score.
I agree.
Let's just make the score 250 to 240.
There's no centers anymore.
Sure.
They're all forwards.
Yeah.
People want to see names, and that's how you do it because there's no names.
Does anybody play the back to the basket anymore? No, they don't.
Well, they can't.
Because they can't play center. Therefore, they're not a center. Anyway, I'm going to continue my rant. College football. Now, I don't usually pay attention to college football. I'm not very passionate. I don't watch many games. However, I did watch the final few minutes of the SEC Championship this past weekend with Georgia and Alabama. Georgia down by 4, going down the field. First of all, Aaron Murray's a moron for throwing that one pass that almost got intercepted. They're lucky that they even had a chance to do this at the end of the game. But then they get down to inside the 15-yard line, first and goal. They have no timeouts. There's 15 seconds on the clock. The clock is running. So what do? They run a play. Why aren't you spiking the ball, Mark Richt? It's called clock management. Andy Reid would have known to spike the ball in that situation.
Whoa.
Are you kidding me? You had a chance to win the game and go to the BCS National Championship game, and you blew it because you don't know that you have no timeouts. You have first and goal. You spike the ball and throw up a play. You don't try to run a play, which, by the way, ended up in the middle of the field. You didn't get out of bounds. Game over when you're on the 10-yard line. Thank you, Mark Richt. That's why it's Hitler versus Satan in the BCS National Championship game, because it's because of you. Game ball.
You
The
okay?
Rams. Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Goose fraba.
Goose fraba. The Rams kicker, Greg Zuerlein. 53-yard tying
Jesus.
field goal to send the game to overtime. 54-yard field goal in overtime to win it. That, according to my colleagues here, could have been good from 70.
87.
Oh, 87? What?
87 yards.
Okay.
87.
All right.
No doubt.
All right, that's fine.
Good win.
Oh, by the way, he's a rookie.
Yeah. Legatron. My game ball is going to Brady Quinn, not only for the phenomenal performance he was able to put on against the Panthers, 2 touchdowns,
Cam.
200 yards, no mistakes, Cam, but also for his vocalism after the game, speaking on his fallen teammate and the actions we need to take on it, made everyone think, wow, that's a very respectable organization, and who thought Brady Quinn was that smart?
I'm sticking with the Kansas City Chiefs. Coach Romeo Crennel, head coach. It's been a bad season. It's going to be a terrible rest of the season. You're probably going to be fired, but the fact that you saw what I can't even fathom even seeing in my lifetime. We see these kind of things on TV, but seeing it in real life, I can't imagine what he has gone through this week. And the fact that you were able to rally your troops, it really is a terrible team, to be honest with you, and beat a terrible opponent. But anyway, great win, great job. I hope to see you as the Giants defensive coordinator next year.
Well, that'll do it this week for Face Off. Don't forget to join us next week as we have our NFL playoff picture. We'll take a look at the playoff picture, get our predictions in on who's going to be in the postseason, and we'll do it live on RTN Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Join us then on RTN.
Woo!